Welcome to this special edition, The Fearless Children in Africa. We'll focus on the use of child soldiers in Africa. I'm Paul Ndiho. Children are a precious part of the fabric of any society. They are the building blocks of future generations, yet they are used and abused in the most atrocious of manners. Several African nations with a history of unstable governments and long-standing civil wars are particularly guilty of the use of children. The world has degenerated to an extreme law. Mankind now uses and abuses its most innocent and defenseless of treasures, its own children. Make no mistake, war in every form, fought by men or women of any age, is wrong. But the use of children is perhaps the most appalling part of war's horror. The United Nations Children's Fund, or UNICEF, believes that up to 60% of the armed fighters in Africa are under the age of 18. How does war look like in the eyes of a child soldier?
Well, the reason you see why children are used so massively in wars today is precisely because they are innocent, they are malleable. You can shape them into the most deadly instruments of war. But in too many countries in Africa, especially countries going through conflict, where are young people? They are holding guns, they're in battlefields, they're learning to kill and be killed.
More often than not, children are more willing to commit atrocities than adults because they are less developed mentally and emotionally. They are often piled with drugs and alcohol to take away the fear of fighting. What made you to become a child soldier?
I think one thing that happens during the context of war, from my experience of it, is that first of all, the child loses what is there to them, which is community, family, and everything they had known as a child. And then once that is done and the landscape they had known as a child is changed, is rendered with violence and everything. And so when they're pressed into this conflict, even though they're resistant in the beginning, so these groups become sort of like your surrogate family that you want to be a part of. And with the constant violence, the use of drugs, and the loss of hope for anything beyond this to be possible, this world becomes your reality and you accept it.
It is estimated that there are over 300,000 child soldiers worldwide, and the development of light weapons such as the AK-47 means that children as young as 8 are strong enough to be armed. The tragic situation of a professional army encountering militias made up of children is an initial shock, but the soldiers must do their job. The purpose of this documentary is to call attention to the use of child soldiers in Africa. You and I can make a difference.